ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at the house of Girish Chandra Ghosh in the Bagbazar area of North Kolkata, where Sri Ramakrishna stopped over for a while in the afternoon of Wednesday, 25th of February, 1885, on his way to witness a drama in Star Theatre of Bishaketu. And he was discussing about the scriptural truths. First of all, he said, the ultimate reality as per the Vedanta is God is one without a second. And when we realize that, then the world around us becomes illusory, non-existent. So he explained that by saying that we do have different states of experiences every day. The mind has normally three levels of existence: wakeful, dream and deep sleep, Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti. If we analyze our own experiences in 24 hours, we find that we are in different modes of experience. When we are awake, we have a world around us, we interact, we talk, we feel, we enjoy, we suffer. But same person, when he sleeps, he enters in a different world, in a dream world, when the external world becomes non-existent. As long as we dream, we have no knowledge about the external world. It is switched off. We are a different person. We do not remember what is happening in the external world in a wakeful state. We are as if a different person interacting in a different world. That is a dream world. But as soon as we get up, wakeful state, the dream world vanishes. Would you say that the dream world was false, did not exist, is non-existent, it was magic? No, it was there. You cannot deny your own experience. But it doesn't match with the experience of the external world. So you do have different levels of existence. Jagrat, Swapna. Similarly, we have another state of existence, that is deep sleep. When you are fast asleep, then the dream world also vanishes. We have no knowledge about the external world, the dream world. Now, what is the difference between the external world and dream world, wakeful state and dream state? In the wakeful state, Jagrat Avastha, physical existence, our body, physical body is, we are conscious of the physical body. It is operating. Our eyes, our hands, our feet, with these we interact. When you go to the dream world, this physical body is switched off. It doesn't work. These eyes do not see, the ears do not hear. Even if there is a clock, we do not hear the ticking sound. Even if somebody shouts around us, We do not know because physical body is switched off. Then what is working? Our mind. Our mind is working. Mind has a memory, thinking power, power of feeling. This mind we operate the dream world. And we remember also to a certain extent what happened in the dream. And according to which we react also. Suppose we had a bad dream, we will become miserable. We had a good dream, we will be very happy. Last night I had a very good dream. And when you go to deep sleep, then like the physical body, our mind is also switched off. So our scriptures say, as we have a physical body which is seen before a mirror, when you stand before a mirror, we see our picture, our identity. We believe that this is our identity. When somebody asks your ID card, you show from your pocket a picture, a blood group, a name, a dimension, a color, all pertains to your physical body which is seen before a mirror. But that's not all your existence. This body is useless when you are dreaming. You may be very most powerful person in the wakeful state, but in a dream state, you may be screaming by a threat of a mice, because there the body does not work, mind is working. And even this mind will be switched off in a deep sleep state, which is called sushupti. We don't remember anything. Nevertheless, it's not that we die. We are awake. We are still living. So some memory is still continuing. So that we come back and faintly remember that I had a good dream. It was very refreshing. So that is the time we go back to our self without knowledge. How do you get happy? Because happiness is our birthright. So when you are deeply asleep, fast asleep, then all the three bodies, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Sthula Sukshma Karan, are switched off. So the yogis say we have a 3-level system. Physical body, Sthula Sharir, Sukshma Sharir, subtle body, and Karan Sharir, causal body, with which we interact. But our real identity is the self within, which transcends all the three bodies. These three bodies are inert, jad. And our nature is Chetan, conscious. This is the Atman which shines within the three bodies. It is His glory which is being manifested through these three systems. In the modern terminology, it is like the hardware and software of a computer. In the computer, you have a hardware, you have a screen, you have a mouse, you have a keyboard. It's like the physical body. Within this, you have the program, the software, the database. These are like the mind, subtle body. And within that you have a memory space, chip, where all the data is stored. But all these systems are inoperative unless it is connected with an UPS. The uninterrupted power supply to our body-mind complex is the Atman, which never sleeps, which is our real nature. Vedanta says we should get back to our identity. We should not be satisfied with our false identity. The computer is not the hardware, it is a combination of all. So our real identity is the Chetan, consciousness, which is manifesting through this body-mind complex. What happens when we go back to our identity, being conscious? Then that takes us, elevates us to a fourth level, which is Turiya, super conscious. We have normally three levels of existence: conscious, subconscious, unconscious, wakeful, dream, deep sleep. The fourth level possible, which is super conscious, Turiya. When we realize our identity being conscious, then a different world opens. Then we are identified with our divine nature. You are all divine, not in the physical sense. Divinity is immortal. Our physical body is mortal, it will die. But our divinity will never die. We should get back to our identity. Swami Vivekananda says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within and without. Books, temples, churches, doctrines and dogmas are of secondary details. Do this either by work or knowledge or contemplation or love. By one or more or all of these, but be free. That is the goal of religion. Being and becoming, realizing our true identity. Vedanta aspires for this identification by negation that I am not this physical body, I am not this subtle body, I am not mind, body, soul, etc. And when finally it gets identified, it becomes silent. He realizes his identity. That is the ultimate realization according to the Vedanta. Now here in this topic, Sri Ramakrishna is pointing out to a higher dimension of realization. He is asking, after realization of the identity, the non-dual Vedantists, they stop their search. They get to their original consciousness and become satisfied. But the devotee is not satisfied. He wants to enjoy this world also. So when he comes back from that state of existence to the normal state of existence, then he sees the world in a different perspective. So far the world was false. It was jada. It was inert. But when he comes back, then he sees this world also is Chetan. It is also a manifestation of the divine. Because when there is an experience of oneness, now there are many. In the world is identified by many. There is variety. When you transcend this level of existence, when you realize that I am one without a second, I am one with all, then all these differentiations merge into a single reality, which is God, which is our self, which is Atman. And then when he comes back, he sees that God which was a accumulation of all, a culmination of all, sum total of all, gets differentiated in many, and that gives a different level of experience. This Sri Ramakrishna points out as the oneness of the devotee. The Jnani, he denies this world. He says that this world does not exist. That is, this world does not exist as it appears to be. The world appears to be conscious. The world appears to be true, but which is not. It changes. They say the world is false. What is meant by false? The dream is false compared to the wakeful state. Dream is true as long as we are in dreaming. Wakeful state is true as long as we are in the wakeful state. They mentioned the story of a farmer. A farmer was very tired. So, when he came back from the field, before taking his food, he lied down and had a deep sleep. He was tired. So his wife got worried that he has not taken food and is fast asleep. Then she woke him up. He says, please get up, have your food, and then only you sleep. But he had such a deep sleep, he could not be made awake. After a lot of effort, she could break his sleep, and he got up. As soon as he got up, he became terribly upset. He became angry with his wife. Why did you woke me up? Then she said, this is not time to sleep. You come back at the very afternoon. It's time to take food and bath and food, and then only take rest. While sleeping at odd time. So nevertheless, I was in a very pleasant situation. What happened? I was having a very nice dream, the farmer said. I was having a wonderful dream. What happened? He said, I saw that I have become a king and you have become the queen. You are very beautiful running the show, and we had many sons and daughters, princes around us. They are all very beautiful, very handsome. The big empire I was enjoying in the dream state. And the joy was without any bounds. Very happy. Now suddenly you broke the sleep and everything got vanished. I fell flat here amidst this hut, in this misery. Then the wife said, don't worry, after all it was a dream. It is not a reality. It is a dream only. Dreams are not true. Then the farmer said, you don't understand. This wakeful state is also a dream, like that dream state. Compared to my ultimate reality, compared to my superconscious state, this wakeful state is also false. As long as we are in a dream state is true, but when you are wakeful state, this is false. Similarly, when we transcend this wakeful state to a superconscious state, this also will become non-existent. This is the word of the Vedanta. The Vedanta says God alone is true. See, the world is false. But the devotee says God is true and world is also true. This world is true, being identified with God. World is false as in itself. If you see human beings, men and women, separately, they are changeful, they are false. But when you see them as a manifestation of the divine, then they exist. They are true. This is the wonderful experience Sri Ramakrishna is pointing out, the climax of Vedanta. And this is nothing new. He is corroborating as per the scriptural truths. But it is wonderful. It is a totality of life, not a negation. The Vedantin negates the world. He rejects the world. The devotee does not reject. He accepts the world. So his joy is much more. He encompasses everything and sees God everywhere. So this idea Sri Ramakrishna is presenting by a medical condition of human beings. He says there is a physical ailment, we all know. It is called jaundice. It's called pilia. In Bengali, it's called naba. When a person suffers from jaundice, the doctors will say, you have accumulation of the bile in excess. The bilirubin counts increases. And the bile becomes excess. But due to what? The person sees everything yellow. With the effect of jaundice, he has developed extra bile, due to which he sees the whole world around him as yellow. अधिक पित्त जमने पर पीला रोग होता है, तब मनुष्य देखता है कि सभी पीले हैं. This is a phenomenon, it's a medical phenomenon we all know. One gets jaundice when too much bile accumulates. Then one sees everything as yellow. The world around us is not yellow, but he sees, due to his peculiar condition of the body. Similarly, he gives another example. From constantly meditating on Krishna, Radhika started seeing Krishna all around. in the same token, including her body. He could not see anything other than Krishna. By constantly meditating on Krishna. So see how the diversity is getting merged to unity. God is one. First of all, the devotee sees God within him or her. And then he sees the same God present everywhere around him. जो राम दशरथ के बेटा वही राम घट घट में लेटा, वही राम जगत पसेरा, वही राम सबसे न्यारा. Doesn't see anything else other than God. This is the holistic view of life. Life becomes divine. We see everything full of happiness, full of joy, full of divine. Though there is something else, but that does not affect us. We have transcended that experience. He gives two more examples. Thakur used to give some scientific examples also. One he said about jaundice, another he says the combination of lead and mercury. In a lake of mercury, if you drop a piece of lead, then after long time, the lead becomes mercury itself. Lead gets merged, changes its composition into mercury. There gives another real life example about cockroach and Kumari worm. झिंगुर और कुमोर कीड़े, cockroach and an insect called Kumari poka, Arshola or Kumari poka. Now the cockroach is terribly afraid. Jhingur, terribly afraid of this insect because it will be eaten by this insect. He is afraid. Because Kumari poka devours cockroaches as their food. So the cockroach has not been eaten. Kumari poka is around, but it is afraid. So being constantly afraid of Kumari poka, it becomes motionless. Cockroach travels. Out of fear, it becomes motionless. And then gradually, the cockroach changes into Kumari poka by constantly thinking. It loses its identity as cockroach. So Sri Ramakrishna says, the same token, when the devotee constantly thinks of God, he or she becomes God and nothing else. This is the transformation from duality to unity, from a devotee to become a jnani. Jnani negates this world and realizes the identity of God around. The devotee accepts the world and sees the God as one all around, including within and without. Sri Ramakrishna says, when the cockroach becomes the Kumari, everything is achieved. Instantly one obtains liberation. That is liberation. That is the ultimate realization that we experience our identity with God within and without. Is God and God alone, nothing else. The Advaita Vedantist, the Jnani, his experience is thus in the Song of the Sannyasin, Swami Vivekananda experiences the culmination of experience of a Vedantin. He says, thus day by day, the last stanza of this poem, Song of the Sannyasin. Thus day by day, till karma's power spent, release the soul forever. No more is birth, nor death, nor I, nor thou, nor God, nor man. The I has all become, the all is I and bliss. No, thou art that Sannyasin bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. This Bengali translation was done by Swami Muktinathanandaji. এই রূপে বন্ধু দিন প্রতিদিন করমের প্রভাব হয়ে যাবে ক্ষীণ, সকলেতে আমি আমাতে সকল, আনন্দ 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 কেবল, সেই আনন্দ তুমি ওহে বন্ধুবর, তাই আনন্দে ধরো তানধর, ওম তৎসৎ ওম। সকলেতে আমি আমাতে সকল, I am in everything and everything is within me. All has become I have become all is in me. The expansion of this self, Advaitin says negation of the self, devotee is expansion of the self. One is through negative approach, devotee has a positive approach, and the result is same. Arrival at the experience of oneness with everything. So when that happens, Sri Ramakrishna says, when the cockroach becomes the Kumaripoka, when man becomes God, then the journey is over. So our journey is from limited to unlimited, from sorrow to joy, from misery to happiness, from life to immortality. So that journey is achieved when we go on expanding ourselves and always constantly be in touch with the divine, to be evolved into divine. That is the climax of our existence. For that only we are born. We'll continue our discussion further in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampadhrita vigraham vai Ishavatanam parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirosa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Let us close with the chanting of the Lord in chorus. Please join with me. Let's all sing together. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. There is announcement, as opposed to has it been advanced in the bi-monthly program, the Phaloharini Kali Puja will be held on 18th of May, that is on Wednesday. This and following day there will be, no, it's Thursday I think, and following day there will be this Amavasya, this Shamnam Tithi Puja. So 19th will be this Friday, there will be the new moon day, but it is announced on 19th, it should be on 18th, just on Thursday. The Phaloharini Kali Puja is on next Thursday, that is 18th of May, and from morning till night there is a program. The program is being circulated through our internet. The morning 9:30 to 11:30 there will be bhajan, special bhajan in the temple, and evening there will be puja, Kali Puja in the main temple. There will be bhajan and a special discourse on the significance of Phaloharini Kali Puja. The special significance of this occasion, that I will give a talk in the evening, followed by devotional songs and distribution of prasad. All of you are welcome, and as usual there will be on Friday the discussion, the Holy Mother Sarda Devi, Maki Madhusmritiya, and at the night Narada Bhakti Sutra Pravachan, and Saturday there will be Kali Kirtan, and Sunday as usual Japa Jagya, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna class, and in the afternoon there is lectures from Colombo to Almora, personality development of the youth, and guided meditation, and at night there will be this chorus, bhajan in chorus after the evening aarti. All these programs are made live in our YouTube channel, and the programs are also circulated through our internet. All of you are welcome.